Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about when you could expect to hear from the National Visa Center after your case has been sent over to them by USCIS. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do me the favor, subscribe now and hit that notification bell. Let's talk about this issue. After your I-130 family petition has been approved by USCIS, here's the normal process. USCIS will then send your case over to the National Visa Center for further processing. They will do so only if USCIS believes that your case is slated for an embassy process. Your I-130 petition, which I talked about in a recent video, and I'm going to go ahead and link to it right here. I-130 petition will tell USCIS whether you're going to stay here in the United States and do a process known as adjustment of status, or whether you're going to be pursuing an immigrant visa in your home country at a U.S. embassy there. If your I-130 petition tells USCIS that you're going to go to an embassy, they will automatically send your case over to the National Visa Center. They do this, friends, typically between 4 to 8 weeks of approving your I-130 petition. After USCIS sends your case over to the Visa Center, the next step is for the Visa Center to contact you, send you a case creation letter. It's going to be in the form of an email. Send you that email letting you know that they have your case. They're going to tell you what your case number is, what your invoice number is, and whether or not you can move forward with the process with them now or whether you're going to have to wait until later. We're going to talk about those steps momentarily. Again, it takes 4 to 8 weeks for USCIS to send your approved I-130 to the Visa Center and for them to then contact you to let you know that they have your case. What happens if it's been more than 8 weeks? Let's say it's been 12 weeks. Well, if it's been that long and you have not yet heard from the Visa Center, what you can do is contact them, submit a public inquiry form on their website, scroll down, put in your USCIS receipt number. You're not going to have your NVC case number yet because they haven't notified you what that number is. So use your USCIS I-130 approved receipt number and then put in your full name, your date of birth, the petitioner's name, and then indicate who you are. Are you the petitioner, the principal applicant, an attorney, or someone else? Give them your email address and type in the inquiry form. Let them know that your I-130 case has been approved, yet you have not received a case creation letter from them yet, and then submit it. After you submit it, one of two things will happen next. They will tell you that they don't have your case. If they do not have your case, you're going to need to contact USCIS to find out what in the world is going on. Why is it delayed? Why hasn't USCIS sent your case over to the Visa Center yet? Or the Visa Center will just simply send you a case creation letter. It will prompt one of those two actions on their part. When you contact USCIS and you get someone on the phone, you're very lucky to have done that, right? Because it's very difficult to get someone on the phone at USCIS. Most people just wait until USCIS sends the case over to the Visa Center. USCIS is typically really good about this process of automatically sending your I-130 to the Visa Center. So for most people, this isn't going to be a problem. What happens after your case goes over to the Visa Center and you get that case creation letter? Well, as I've said earlier, you're going to either be able to move your case forward at the Visa Center or not. If your priority date is current, which means that a visa is now available for you, you may proceed with all of those steps at the Visa Center. Your account will be opened up to you to pay your fees, to work on your DS-260 visa application. You'll be able to do an I-864 affidavit of support and submit that to them. You'll also be able to submit your police clearance record and some other documents that they're going to require from you. And after you have submitted all of those documents to the Visa Center, they're going to mark you or mark your case as documentarily qualified. Documentarily qualified status means that you're now in the queue to be interviewed at the U.S. Embassy locally. Let's back up a little bit here to those of you who do not have a visa available yet. Maybe because your priority date isn't current yet. You're in a family preference system that will require you to wait several years in order for you to take those steps that I've just described. Friends, it can be very frustrating to be caught up in the backlog, but there's nothing that the Visa Center can do to move your case forward if your visa is not yet available for you. So this truly is a backlog problem. It's a visa availability problem. You'll have to wait until your priority date becomes current before before you're able to proceed with your case. For some other people, they're able to file an expedite or submit an expedite request to the visa center if they have good reasons to do so and a visa is currently available for them. What about if you're an immediate relative to a U.S. citizen? Immediate relatives are parents of a U.S. citizen, adult son or daughter, children under 21 and unmarried of U.S. citizens. An immediate relative is also the spouse of a U.S. citizen. These individuals, friends, will not have to wait for any significantly lengthy period of time at the National Visa Center because a visa is always available for them. Of course, there is a wait for some people. If immediate relatives are waiting for a very long time at the National Visa Center level, it's because there's a backlog at the U.S. Embassy locally. And so they would have to wait until they get an interview date, unless they could find a reason to submit an expedite request. Now, lastly, there are typically 2 letters that individuals get when they're at the NVC. First letter, again, is that case creation letter. And then there's a second letter. Once your priority date becomes current, they then notify you that, oh, now is the time, your date is current, and you should take all of these steps to move your case forward. Guys, I hope this was helpful to you. Again, it's 4 to 8 weeks typically for your case to be sent from USCIS to the National Visa Center. Once it's there, if a visa is available for you, you can move forward with your case. If a visa is not yet available, you'll have to wait until the system is unlocked to you to take all these further steps all the way to completion. For more free tips from us, guys, be sure to subscribe to the #1 immigration newsletter, where you'll be able to get our weekly Q&As, good news stories, immigration news, and our blogs. Subscribe today at McBeanlaw.com/subscribe. Thanks for being with me in this one. Be sure to share it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.